I'm here today on the Colorado River. I'm on the Arizona side of it. That's California right over there, actually. And all those people are probably paying a good amount to be in that resort thing. But I found this spot over here, which I have all to myself right now. And there are some people in a similar spot across the way there. And this is totally free over here. So I wanted to make this video to give you a feeling of what my car is like when I'm traveling. I've been on this road trip for about 6 days now, and since I already did a video giving you a basic tour of my car, this time I'll focus more on what's different when I'm traveling, and also I want to show you some upgrades I've made recently, and then I have a couple ideas for what I want to do next. So it's not in use right now because I'm in the shade, but this solar panel is one that I got maybe 10 years ago. I think it's only a 12-watt panel or something very small, but I can plug that in. I have this little thing go into my auxiliary battery, so I can just plug that in and charge a little bit. So you can see I've still got the same beautiful dirty mattress there. That's gonna change probably. So this might seem a little over the top, but I used to have a 3/4 inch plywood platform, is what I showed you last time, but I wanted the extra, I don't know, 1/2 inch of space, so I took out the plywood, and my friend helped me make a similar platform out of sheet metal. So this is much thinner, and I've padded it with some, it's actually automotive headliner fabric, but so now my whole platform is this sheet metal with that kind of nicer fabric on it, which of course is a bit flimsier than the plywood, and so I needed to make my stand a little tougher. I used to have just this front one that goes side to side here, was enough with the plywood, but now I added these 2 extra braces here. And so you can see in there I've got a manual for my car. Under that is a Rubbermaid tub full of some tools. Here I've got an extra gallon of diesel. I always like to keep that because it's come in handy once or twice when I wasn't sure how far I was going to be to the next gas station. And then I've got some electronics stuff in there, a multimeter, an extra gallon of oil I'd like to keep because my car burns some oil, so I just add some back. I've got chains, that's just my trash can and a backpack. But so this is where I keep just some basic tools and items I don't really need too often, but they're good to have in case of emergency. What else is new? Oh, I added some carpet here, because that was just plain metal before, and I didn't do like a really nice job. It's kind of scrappy looking, but the main point is just that it keeps my skin off of the bare metal, and so that's been nice to have. Oh, so here's my favorite new upgrade. Last time I was showing you these curtains that had snake print on them, and they were all separate and had magnets in the edges. And those, you know, those serve their purpose, but I like these a lot better. So what I did is I ran this string across the side here, and all this has to do is pull to the front. I've got one magnet right here which sticks on there, another one there to keep it really covering the whole window. I've got one in the back to keep it kind of taut, and then this one here keeps it sucked in tight to the window so you can't really look down. So this has been a really stealthy option. From outside it really looks clean, and it's just so much faster and more streamlined to put up and take down. So that's the driver's side. The passenger side is exactly the same, just mirrored. And then this back one's a little different because it's got a string on the bottom too, and it's a little bit, it needs some work. It's a little bit like baggy when I pull it all the way across. It works for now, but I'm gonna change that too. So, last time I showed you the car, it was pretty empty. Now you can see it's a lot more full of stuff. I've still got my speakers here and here, but now this backpack is a lot more full of, I've got my tent and like my hammock gear and a tarp and just stuff like that in there that I didn't have in the car normally. This is a 1 gallon propane stove that's refillable sorry, the stove isn't refillable, the tank is refillable. Which I have in here for now, and it's kind of, I don't know, I think I'm going to switch to like a backpacking stove because I don't really think it's safe to have this in my car. Especially if I were to get hit from behind or something, and then propane gas might be leaking out, or if it gets too hot in here it could leak out. It just doesn't seem like the best idea, but I have it for this trip, so I don't know. This is my pot that I use. Right now it's got some rice and beans and red peppers that I made earlier. Making some burritos for breakfast. I've got this bag of food. Normally I can keep it to about 1 grocery bag, but sometimes it's 1 or 2 of these. And I've got 6 gallons of water because I'm in the desert and water's important. Also, you see I brought my nice camera and my Chromebook for writing and Wi-Fi stuff. I've got a whole group of technology items over here. This is a place I like to store my down quilts because it doesn't compress them so much as if you were to put them in a stuff sack, which isn't good for them really. But it keeps them nice and contained, and it's out of the way but still kind of fluffy for them. Yeah, I guess that's about it for now. So you can see it's kind of, this is after a good sorting. So you can imagine when it gets messier, sometimes it can feel like, where am I going to lie down? And it feels a little cramped, but then I spend 10 minutes sorting and it's pretty good again. And maybe in the next video I'll make one and show you how I wired up my second battery so it works with the solar panel and my interior stuff too. Okay.